He must say yes. Make him say yes.
Hello.
Oh, hello.
Good Anna morning. Welcome to the stream. How you all doing?
How is everybody?
It's me and her
And him, and me,
and Doig.
and Swift.
That's us.
What did you call me?
Her.
Okay, I thought you said Swiss.
Swiss.
Swiss cheese. That's my name. It's me, Swiss cheese.
What? And am I Doigenbar?
Doggenberg.
That's the one. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. No, I meant to be like Camembert.
Camembert. That's good.
Doigenbar.
I can't spell think sketch. There we go. How have we been? Tired. It's been a long time. It's been 4 days, including the weekend. How is everyone? How are you guys doing? We're good. I just had a lot of work and deadlines to do over the last couple of days, so thank you guys for being okay with Mike and I taking a break. There are a lot of late nights and a lot of early mornings and a lot of just, pushing through work in general.
Yeah. Have you got Sync SketchUp and NDI open and everything?
Let me double check.
Oh, was there an Undertale anniversary concert? I didn't know that. That's cool.
It was a concert. Oh, wow. Oh, damn it, I missed it.
Yeah, well, there's the anniversary yesterday, right?
Mm-hmm.
5 years. 5 years, indeed.
Oh, it's strange to think that it's been 5 years. It's still one of my favourite games ever. Did I meet them now, though? Yeah, we got stuff sent off yesterday, so that's great. There's still more deadlines. From one on to another. But that one was very crunchy.
Yeah. Alrighty, I'm gonna flip us over.
Okay. Hey yo, hello. Good morning. How are you? Also, Evelyn, I meant to ask you, how are you finding Rough Animator?
First up is Blah Blah Neeb.
Oh, the demo for Undertale came out in 2013, so technically Undertale could be considered 7 years old. Interesting. Evelyn, I was asking about Rough Animator and how you're finding it on the iPad. Is it good? You were just listening to the Undertale concert. Oh, so is it something that I can just find? I can just find it and then watch it. I haven't missed it. Oh, I'm really glad you like it, Evelyn. That's awesome. It should be up on YouTube. Awesome. Hey! Wait, Undertale has an official YouTube? Okay, cool. I will check that out for sure. There must be a Fangamer link too. There's so much Fangamer merch for Undertale that I really want. That I have to hold off.
Yeah.
Oh, you're welcome, Evelyn. I'm really happy that it ended up being something that is valuable and good. I haven't used it a huge amount myself. I just know that when I did play with it a little bit, it seemed like it was going to be good. That's fair. That's fair, Evelyn. I hope you're having fun with it. Are there any good rough animated tutorials? I'm not sure. Oh, I've got some Earl Grey.
I don't know either.
He must say yes. Make him say yes.
Thank you for the follow.
Hey.
626. That wasn't a very good re.
I was wondering if that was what they were called. I have to wait a sec for names to show up on my screen so I can see who it is.
Oh, yeah.
Ree!
This is better re. Thank you.
It's alright, I'm used to it. I spend a lot of my time doing that.
So shall we play Blah Blah Neeb's clip? Or are you still building up to it?
I'm not building up, I'm just chilling out, saying hi to people, having a bit of tea.
That's fair, that's fair.
What's your rush, Rushy McRusherson? Yeah, I went there. I said it.
I'm not trying to rush you.
Can I tell people about my dream?
Sure.
I'm going to tell them about the Men in Black one because I can't remember my dream from last night if I had one.
I vaguely remember you telling me about the Men in Black one.
Okay, so I had a dream that I was one of the Men in Black from the movie. I was Will Smith's partner, except I was younger. I wasn't like old like the actor was at the time. I was like a young version of him, and the Men in Black had like split up, and I met up with Will Smith again, and I was like, I need to be a partner again. I want to be back in the Men in Black. And Will Smith was like 20 feet tall, and he was like, no, I've got bigger since then. You're too small. You can't be my partner anymore. And I was like, but Will Smith, we go back so long. We've been a team for so long. Let me find aliens with you. And he was like, no, I'm a big man now. It was really weird.
Yeah.
He was just like a 20-foot tall Will Smith. It was really odd. But not a bad dream.
I like how literal your dream was. Like, it wasn't like...
I'm big now!
It wasn't like, I've achieved too much success or anything. It's literally, he's too tall. He's too big.
Yeah, he's gotten too big and now I'm too small for the team.
No, I'm too big. Did they actually say, no, I'm too big now?
I think he did. I think he did actually refer to his size and be like, you're too small, I'm too big. It'll never work. You don't remember what comment you put with your submission for this morning, so I hope it wasn't dumb. I'm sure it'll be fine. Oh my gosh. My alarm's going, no, I'm awake.
I hit stop on your ding dang alarm. You got several alarms on.
I do have several alarms.
Oh.
Ding dang it. Stop.
Blah blah Neve said. Oh wait, we're not there yet. I'm trying to be.
I thought we were on Blah Blah Eve first.
We are, but I don't know if you're still chilling first.
Oh, we got. Crow mail. Let me get this from you, Steves. Give it. Okay. Wasabi Cheetah says, meow. Thank you very much for the crow mail, Wasabi Cheetah. And thanks for reminding me about the crow mail, because I missed it. You need to be on top of them crow mails, Mike. You're the only one on the dashboard.
Oh, sure.
I can miss them too easily. I like the whole point of us doing crow mails so that we wouldn't miss highlighted messages.
Yeah, how come you're not on the dashboard? It's because you're logged in as yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll be your dash.
Woogie, woogie, woogie.
I am your dash. You are my dash. That's the one thing.
I'm not sure why I'm logged in as myself, but I am. Maybe I forgot our password.
I think it's because you were trying to collect points to give me exercises.
It wasn't.
Uh-huh.
Hey. You were going to say what Blah Blah Neve said.
Blah blah Neve said, put a lot more effort into in-betweens and pushing perspective. Wanted to capture the sporadic movement of dwarf frogs without looking too choppy. Inspired by my two pet frogs, Shart and Fart.
Shart and Fart. Do you really have two pet frogs called Shart and Fart?
I believe them.
Do you really? Because if you do, that is incredible. Oh my gosh, you do. Wow. Well, please give them a little pat from Mike and I. A dwarf frog, eh? Why is it called Cromwell if I'm supposed to be a tree swift? I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
I don't get it. Explain joke. Anywho, let me press play on Blah Blah Neebs. And let's have a look. Oh! Also, I should say, just in case someone here doesn't know, this is the End of Morning Challenge. We do this every week. We set a theme or we set a challenge and people do it to try and improve their skills. And this week, the challenge was that we were going to animate animals putting on clothes.
Yeah.
Important.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. I love that you can totally tell it's underwater. That's awesome. At the beginning, when the frog first slid in, I was like, what is this movement? But then I realized it was underwater. It's great. I really like the way that he like swooshes inside it and then sticks his arms out.
Nice.
That's great. Does he know put the shirt on backwards? I'm sure it's fine. None of the frog friends will laugh at them. But yeah, like nice placement of in-betweens. Let's have a look. Frame by frame, yo. And it is really nice to see you pushing that perspective too, having them start off super big and then push into the distance.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Nice job. You could try thinning your line art when you get further away too. It'll allow you to put a bit more detail in the drawings, and having thicker line art and closer up things actually aids with the perspective. Because it makes it feel like even the line art is pushing closer to the camera.
Yeah.
Let me shuffle in. My chair is so squeaky, guys.
Is that your chair?
Yeah, that is my chair.
You're not just sitting there farting all over the place.
We get a little bagel in there too, do we?
Yeah, I love bagel t-shirt.
You know, I read it as a bowling ball. I was like, this frog likes bowling.
Nice one, India.
Frog's face.
Careful about missing the leg there.
Do you mean that you'd want it to be, like, visible?
Yeah.
Rather than behind the body? I love that frame. It's my favourite frame. They look so happy as well. Boop. Put on that shirt.
Nice drag back in the water when they're preparing to like yeet forward.
Yeah, that's really nice, the way that you have the body going back with their legs coming up. I'm trying to figure out whether I think it would be nicer to have the perspective kind of kept here, so they go screen towards us rather than flat onto the camera. I see the bagel now. Nice.
I can see clearly now the bagel's here.
Great minds, man. So I don't know, I'm not sure how frog's legs work, is one of the things that you should know about me. You probably know this better, blah blah, so please correct me if I'm wrong. Because we're closing up the legs this way to push them up that way, I kind of feel like having the flippers kind of tilted more. So we have like this kind of shape going on. Might make more sense. So rather than it being, I can see clearly now the rain is gone. Oh, that's in my head now. I can see all obstacles in my way. So we get these kind of shapes.
I can look up the exact frog feet because it's a dwarf frog.
Against one another. Rather than... this.
So one thing I'm noticing
Yeah.
in terms of like frog back leg anatomy is that their ankle and their foot's pretty long, and then they have the toes coming off of that. I think we're missing those a little bit. If I show you this picture, India, and you got pelvis, knee, ankle, and then there's the long foot, and then there's the toes.
So this is what Mike's showing me. I'll just draw it for you guys.
Can you see?
Frog knee, and then frog foot, and then frog toes. So their foot is like super long.
Yeah, so that part on the left there is their foot.
So their foot is almost as long as the rest of their leg, almost.
Yeah, sort of.
Not quite, but almost. Then again, though, like, this is a cartoony design.
It is, yeah.
So if the design is this, then, like, that's totally fine.
I still think that even if you cartoon something, if you miss out an actual part of their anatomy, then you're missing it.
Well, I mean, you say that, but, you know, rabbits having articulated fingers they can put on shirts and stuff is fine.
Yeah, but that feels like additive design rather than subtractive design.
Bears with little feet,
Alright.
where you can't really see their knees, is also fine.
Alright.
I think so long as you're doing it deliberately, it's like totally cool to design your frog to look however the heck you want. But if it's unintentional, I guess that's the ish.
I was just feeling a little bit like the toes were coming straight from like the ankles.
Yeah.
Haha. Blah blah Neeb agrees with Doig because he was going for more realism.
Uh-huh. So this is probably how I do it. When it gets to the push off, I'd push the legs together and make it more into one shape and make that shape kind of more extreme, and then ease out into this shape that you have currently afterwards. Because it feels like if you're going to push the water in, then you're going to want to flatten those feet out. Almost like flippers, if that makes sense.
I see.
Flatten feet. And then I'll put anatomy of a frog next to this. Has anyone here had to do frog dissection?
No. Have you?
No. Luckily that seems to be more of an American thing. I think the most we ever did was we got to see actual hearts in class. I think they showed us pig hearts. You had to do shark and cat dissection.
A cat?
Oh my gosh, what?
Per cat.
Poor God, the cat's gone. The cat hopefully died of natural causes, but you did cow hearts and lungs.
Yeah, I think we did cow stuff as well.
So here, I think we can push the perspective even more here. Let me increase my brush size. Push the eye a little bit closer to the front of the face. And have the frog friend really coming off the screen here. Just push that perspective a little bit more. Give him a little arm. And then a bigger arm here because it's closer to the cam. I think that'll be nice because at the minute this is reading is like coming straight across the bottom, like flat to the cam.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas if you're going for pushing that perspective, I think adjusting that pose so I feel more like they're coming off screen would be fun. Push persp. More even.
Is that a Top Cat reference?
It was. Top Cat. And then likewise here, between these two poses, I feel a lot of distance, which is awesome. Between these two, they feel very similar. So maybe look to push this one a little bit more as well. Like keep his body coming off the edge of a screen. Little arm. Yeah, look at him go.
Oh.
Wow!
So which frog is this? Is this Shart or Fart?
I don't know whether this is a type of frog that Blah Blah Neeb has.
Yeah.
This is a dwarf frog, right?
Yeah. They said. Yeah, inspired by my two pet frogs. I assume he has the dwarf frog.
This is just a generic frog. I used your frogs as a reference. Oh.
Oh, okay.
This is the third frog.
Right, okay.
Thin line out as I get further from screen. I think that'll make a big difference.
I looked up dwarf frog to see what their feet was like. Let me see if there's a difference between that and...
To see what their feet was like?
Yeah. Feet were like? Is that better?
That is a little bit better. It's very cute though. So Lord, he comes. Again, just push that perspective a little bit more. I don't know if this is something that you do Blah Blah Neeb, but if I was animating something like this, what I would probably do is just animate the body first to really get the path of the motion feeling good. I like the way that they kind of drift in the water. It's feeling real nice. And I'm just pushing it a little bit larger. It gets closer to try and keep that perspective. Super nice. So it feels here on this frame as if they're kind of looking that way. So maybe adjust their expression so that it's more in line with this one where they're looking at the shirt more. So my frog face is very froggy, I'm sorry. Adjust eye line. And then if the face is further around, then the arm will be a bit further back. And then there's a little scale issue between these two. I feel like even though this one's getting closer to the screen, the body's getting longer and the head feels further away from the screen. So it's probably just a matter of adjusting this in-between frame here. Maybe keep it more like this. Everything else should be pretty much the same, I think. Like the legs and everything, I think are working okay. Such a little pond potato.
Oh, that's cute.
It is though. I used to really want frogs when I was a kid. I used to be obsessed with frogs. I think I've told every story before, but
You've told me. I don't.
me and my dad went like frog hunting, and I got a bunch of tadpoles, and we had a bath out back because we used to live on a farmhouse, and I had a bath full of tadpoles, and they didn't make it, and I was really sad. I think because the water must have stagnated.
Yeah, more than likely.
But I didn't understand that when I was a kid.
I'm surprised your parents didn't understand that either.
Yeah, maybe they just got tired of me hassling them about wanting a frog.
Maybe they were like, there's gonna be hundreds of frogs. I mean, Bath probably didn't have the ecosystem to feed however many tadpoles.
Yeah, I think even though they were in like a pond in the wild, like the pond must still have like a bunch of stuff that keeps the water fresh, like algae and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, that means that the water doesn't stagnate. But since it was just in a bath,
Yeah.
there wasn't anything. I know that now. Yeah, so this bit here, I wonder if we should like keep the perspective of the frog about to go off screen rather than flatten it out here before they leave. I mean, that'd be very up to you, but you could totally do that if you wanted. Guess it would be more like this. Wow, 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 wow. Wow, 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 wow. Wow, 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 wow. Do, 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 do. Such a happy chappy. Drew his head too big. A fool!
Yeah. These dwarf frogs are cute. I'm just looking at them now.
Would you want a frog?
No.
Aw. Frogs are so cute.
Okay, Evelyn, take care.
See you, Evelyn. See the inside of the sleeves. The blah blah sleeves. Thank you for humouring me by laughing at my
it's
joke.
good, it's funny.
Like, you could even poof that shirt out a little bit, since they are like going backwards in the water. The air would catch underneath it and billow it out a little bit. Wow. And then because we're still like way back in space, the legs would be way smaller.
Hey Doodle Carls, hey Robot Noodles, welcome in.
Hey guys!
Oh,
How's it going?
I didn't tweet, I'll do a tweet now.
So, alright, you could try and keep perspective. From previous frame. So definitely this works as it is. It feels like you have the keys in here. I think because it's underwater, and because it's like swimming is a very flowing motion, there's a lot of movement that happens. Things are never quite just still when you're swimming. I feel like this could use a few more in-betweens between what you currently have as keys to really like smooth it out. I think this style works super well in terms of getting the motion blocked in there. With swimming in particular, I'd love to see you like smooth that motion out just a little bit more. It's definitely getting there though. I like where you chose to place the in-betweens here. There's a little jitter I saw there. Let me see if I can... Oh, you were saying you wanted that leg on this frame.
Yeah,
Just
but
pop it in.
it's okay. You don't need to... Okay, go for it.
I think it was just this I was seeing. But if you're going to bring this back and down, you probably want to do the same with the other arm as well. In which case it would go back a little bit like that. More like that and less forward and down, because otherwise it feels like the two arms are kind of swaying from side to side in unison rather than going backwards. There we go. But yeah, I would say look to add a few more in-betweens here. You have the keys already working. Nice job pushing the perspective.
Yeah, that's really cool.
I'd love to see you experimenting with different line weightings going forward, because I think that would like really help push something like this where you have things going in and out of cam.
Yeah.
Adjusting your line weighting as you go.
You could even have the first few frames of the frog really close up be blurred to really sell the depth as well.
Awesome keys. Push depth with line weight.
Robin, good morning. Fred Gunning Animates, hello. Josie, hi, welcome in. Thank you for coming along.
Yeah, we just watched Blah Blah Neebs, which I'll play again because it's super cute. It's a frog putting on a shirt. Let me turn off my note. Yeah! I think one of the things I would say too is when they get very far into a distance, it feels like it'd be really nice to have them slow on this turn.
Mm-hmm.
Because number one, they're going very fast and then changing direction. And because they're going fast, that implies there's a lot of force and momentum behind their movement, which means it would take slightly longer for them to turn around because they have to counteract that. And secondly, because they're going further into a distance, it feels like the movement would be a little bit slowed anyway, just in terms of the perspective depth.
Yeah.
Like, closer things to the camera tend to move faster.
Yeah, the space. They're
Spacing.
traveling less space because the space is closer. So you perceive them to be moving faster.
Yeah. So add some in-betweens here. Think of it like a bouncing ball. Like, because they have to change the direction of that movement, it's going to be a few frames clustered together there. think of it like a bouncing ball. So like gonna have this kind of thing happening. Change of direction. So that's almost like a top-down view. Does that make sense?
Yeah. He says confidently.
Is there anything else you want to say, Mike?
I'm good.
Okay. Awesome job, blah blah. This is just an extra speedy frog. So fast. I really like how fast the push forward here is. I think it'd be nice to have fast, slow, fast, and then slow here.
And then fast. And then slow.
And then fast! And then slow.
Good job.
Exoskeleton.
There's a snake in my boot.
There's a snake in my boat. It's a cobra and a shoe. Alright, let's do it. You ready?
Yeah.
Nice! You look great, Cobra. Good job. That's really cute. I like that it looks around before it gets in, like, no one's gonna stop me, are they? I need to get inside the shoe.
That's nice.
There are a few things that I could see to push with the perspective and such that you have set up before getting onto the animation. Let's see. So thank you very much for the grid. At the minute, the grid feels a bit like it's a table or something. Because it just ends. And a floor plane wouldn't end like that unless there was a harsh edge. There. So it would either... Let me... It would either just continue on into the vanishing point. Like so. And the vanishing point in this case would be way off screen. So your ground plane would just continue backwards.
But since we're seeing the horizon, it feels like the floor plane is in fact a little less. It's more from the side.
Yeah, but since you have cactuses and such popping up in the background just here, over the edge, it feels like that is potentially where you might want your horizon line to be, or at least a hill or something. Like, the fact that that's just the top of a cactus implies to me that it's a hill.
We're on a plateau.
Yeah. The thing is, if we're on a plateau, and we're seeing the top of the cactuses like that, then it implies that the bottom of the cactus is going to be like here, which implies to me that we're on something that does this. Like, this is the surface we're on. And then there's like a cactus here. So it implies to me that the floor plane is sloped.
Does
that make sense, Mike?
It does.
Because it feels like otherwise, even if you wanted to put the cactus here, it feels like then we would get some perspective here on this cactus. So it feels like, because of the way the grid's set up, that we're on a sloped surface here.
But then that's not communicated by the shoe. If you think about the footprint of the shoe.
Yes, like the floor plane isn't echoed in the bottom of the shoe here. So I think we need to decide on what we think the perspective is, so we can set up the scene that way. Yeah. So what do you think, Mike? Do you think we want the perspective to be the horizon line goes off screen and we see just a floor? Do you think we want to make it into like a hill? Do we think we want to make it into a flat plane where the horizon line is where the edge currently is?
I think we want to have it so that like the ground plane that they're on does there's like a sheer end to it. Just looking at the way that the snake's coils are shown, like they're going back in space and resting on something. So we should focus on how the character's set up more than the shoe. Make sense?
Yeah, so what are you saying? You saying which of the 3 options are you going for?
Oh, I don't know what the 3 options were.
The 3 options were we either make it a hill,
Okay.
we extend the grid off so it goes off screen to the horizon line,
Right.
or I guess we could have it like a sheer drop.
I don't think it was meant to be a hill. So I think sheer drop makes more sense.
Okay, in which case you would probably see more floor plane here, right? Because the horizon has to be somewhere.
Yeah.
So even if you have a sheer drop here, you're going to see like the rest of the landscape carrying on.
I don't think we're seeing that shoe or the snake from above. So I don't think the ground plane is going to go off like that. I think we're looking more flat on, and therefore the horizon line is probably like, see where the cobra's ears? What are they called? The coil, the cowl, the cowl,
the head flare.
Yeah, just at the bottom where that. I think that would be my horizon line. Just looking at this,
like here.
Yeah.
And you would not show that as a background. You would have that be the current plane they're on. Like the current plane they're on would meet with the horizon line. Is that what you're thinking?
I'm trying to think.
I'm just asking, would you maintain this edge where it is, and then have that be the distant landscape? Or would you have this edge extend to the horizon line?
I wouldn't have that edge extend to the horizon line, no. I think there would still be a lip there. Wouldn't have it extend to the... No.
So you would have the edge remain where it is?
Yeah.
Okay. So in that case, I would just add a little bit of variance to the edge to make it seem like it's an organic edge. And then if this is... Say that's where our vanishing point is, I would make this a little bit more extreme. This angle. So that it feels more flat on. And less from above. Because the sole of the shoe isn't really reflecting that this is from above. Excuse me while I wiggle my ruler around on the screen. It's very hard to see what I'm doing.
The good thing about a horizon line, if it's in your composition or in your canvas, is anything that's below that line, you'll start to see the top of, and everything that's above that line, you'll start to see the bottom of. So, since we don't see the sort of interior of this shoe, we can approximate that the top of the shoe is close to the horizon.
And then you see how these cactuses feel like they make more sense now? Because there's like a drop. And then cactuses go off into a distance. The only issue now is that the snake coils don't necessarily make sense.
Yeah.
So they might have to be redrawn so that they rest a little bit more on the ground. So But it'll be a nice opportunity for you to practice overlap, to be honest.
Yeah.
So. Getting like the overlap of those coils. To put them on the ground. Boop, 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 boop. So I'll just write.
He must say yes. Make him say yes.
What's your grid?
Thanks for the follow. Cabric Pride.
Thank you. Make sure you know where your horizon line is. Because it'll affect how you draw your characters, essentially. And it'll make a big difference to them feeling if they're, feeling like they're grounded in the scene. And then the sole of the shoe, you probably don't want it to be a flat line necessarily, because we are seeing it from slightly above. So you probably want it to be a little bit more like this. So, shoes, if you look at them from below, they're not like just straight rectangles. The sole of a shoe is like this very interesting curvy shape.
Yeah, you got your instep and your arch of your foot stuff.
Yeah, and
foot terms.
As well as that, the two sides, one is higher than the other in terms of where the apex of the curve lands.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like perfectly even. So when you draw it from above, rather than having it just be straight on the floor, you would see this curve instead.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of these notes that we're giving now is all kind of, solid drawing tips of like how to convincingly show your chosen objects from a solid drawing point of view. Sorry, my brain is like still warming up. All of these little adjustments and tweaks will help
Clarity
and convincingly show what you're drawing to the viewer.
Yeah, clarity and solidity, it'll make it feel like it's properly in the scene, and it'll be convincing and believable to people watching the animation.
Yeah.
It won't make them have to second guess anything. So let's move on from that note.
Cool.
That's like the main thing, just in terms of your scene setup and everything, is just making sure that you have everything planned out in a really convincing way. And then, like I said, I really like that the snake looks around as though it's like, who's watching? Can I get away with this? So that's nice acting there. I like that. It's cool to see this limited animation too, where you're like anticipating and then break down and then into the end pose.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely works well, and you can see where you could add in betweens if you wanted to smooth that out.
But the thinking's there, and that's really cool.
Yeah. So just again, watch your volumes. I feel like this is a note that you get a fair amount. So definitely something to like focus on is just make sure that the neck of your snake, which is the entire snake. I guess the body of the snake isn't thinning out too much when you're moving the snake around. Like, if this line is traveling a fair amount, you want that line to travel a fair amount too. to keep that consistent. Unless your snake is a strange shape where it's like this from the front but this from the side, and it's tilting, and you're showing that tilt through the width of it. So maintain volume. Oh, yeah, Mimi's Mole Girl. There's a great site as well called Punch Chowder, which has the episodes on it, if you want to watch it. Unfortunately, it's not supporting the show. But to be honest, a lot of people actually or cannot support the show. It's impossible for them because the show is not available in their country.
Yeah.
Michael and I are two of those people who really want to support the show, but we just cannot find a way to pay for it.
But yeah, that YouTube channel has the first 5 episodes up there. No idea why or how, but they do. So
yeah.
I think it's on Stan if you're in Australia. It's on Netflix if you're in Canada. If you're in the US, then it's on like a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, if you're in the US, you're in luck, because then you can get it on, I think, Amazon, iTunes, maybe Google Play, definitely YouTube. So you have a few options. Unfortunately, it's not available at any of those places where we are. The first 5 episodes are up on YouTube, not on the official Nick YouTube, but they're up there. I think just simplify the shape a little bit when they go down. I like the way that you're overlapping the flare behind the head there.
Yeah.
That's really nice. Like, that shows good dimensionality in the character. I keep saying dimensionality and then realizing I could just say dimension. Shows good dimension.
Yeah.
And then again, just making sure that you are maintaining the volume in that neck. So that it's not thinning out. And then when it starts forward, think about the snake as uncoiling. So it's going to pull forward like a chain reaction, right? This is the edge of its chest where it's currently like resting on the floor.
Yeah.
So that's going to drag forward a little bit.
Yeah. It's probably going to push with its coils from... So that leftmost coil is probably going to push the frontmost loop forward.
Right. So we'll have... Make sure this coil stays in the same place. And then it would unfurl a little bit to push this coil forward. We should push this coil forward. We should push that coil forward. We should push its chest forward. And motivate the movement. I could probably make that even more extreme. Really uncoil this bad boy.
Man, studying snake movement would be like...
Fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I bet it'd be super interesting.
I think there's more than one method that snakes use to move. Like,
I like it when they pop all their little feet out and then scurry.
You say that, but like I feel like they can move their ribs and that's how they move.
Wait, do you feel like that, or have you seen something saying
I think
that?
I've seen something saying that.
I feel deep in my bones that snakes move this way.
Yeah.
There we go. So you can see where that movement's coming from. You can see that coil's pushing forward. This is the fun part of animation, is getting to like work this stuff out. And that pushes everything else forward.
They move like slinkies. Yeah, they kind of do.
So just fucking slinkies.
I knew you.
Yeah, but it's such a specific thing to bring up.
I didn't bring it up.
I know you didn't. You just read it from the chat, it's fine. Mike and I had a discussion recently, just where I was saying how much slinkies annoy me.
Yeah.
But some people like really like them. Some people find them very satisfying. I find them very unsatisfying. So I have the opposite reaction. Yeah, so it pushes forward, and then likewise, just keep that in mind on this next pose too, and make sure that on this next pose you're like really showing where the movement's coming from, and you're maintaining volume in the body here. I'll keep notes from last pose in mind. Volume. And origin of movement, I'd guess. Like, one thing you don't want is you don't want your snake to look like it's being pulled forward by the head, like on a string.
Mm.
You need it to feel like its body is pushing it forward. And then it weaves around the shoe. And be careful that between these key poses here, you're not losing... your snake isn't shrinking. Because I think we have a case of shrinking snake here. A little bit. And this is all one flat plane. It's not going into the distance.
Yeah.
So there isn't a reason for the snake to shrink. Let me show you what I mean. Just gonna trace over your snake. Your cobra. Cobra! It's really cute. I really like this snake. It's a cute design, okay?
It is. It's very cute.
It is.
You're a lizard.
I'm not a lizard.
You're a lizard.
Okay.
Okay, you're a lizard.
I've traced it, and now I'm going to move it to here. And you can see here that the snake's head has definitely shrunk a fair amount.
Which would be fine if they were moving back in space.
But since they're not,
maybe the snake isn't getting smaller and Will Smith is just getting bigger.
Yeah, I think that's what it is, guys. We have to stop him before he grows anymore.
That's like a complete in-joke for people who have been here in the last 40 minutes.
I can feel Will Smith getting even bigger in the distance. Everything around him's getting smaller. Yeah, maybe I just got smaller in Dream. Maybe Will Smith didn't get bigger. Maybe everything around him shrank.
You said he was 20 feet.
He was 20 feet tall. Careful you don't. Careful they don't shrink. I'll just put that. Words. So here you probably want it to be slightly more like so that the volume of the head is a bit more consistent. It's so cute. Does anyone here have snakes?
No. And if you feel like you need to make the shoe bigger for this to work, then this is the point where you're like, I need a bigger shoe.
Yeah, maybe so. I think you can get away with a lot when that snake starts squeezing inside the shoe.
Yeah.
The beauty of animation. So I don't really have a problem so much with the way it moves once it's kind of flattened out more. Do be careful here that you're not flattening out your snake too much and making it too thin just here. Like, you want to feel... A good way to think about it is to think of it like a coil of stuff. So think about those surface lines. Like, they always have to go somewhere. Careful that they don't get too thin.
So I was just laughing. Pablo's got like a snake emote. Oh, Komodo hype. Nice. It's a Komodo dragon emote. I love it.
They're satisfying until they get tangled up in storage. Oh my gosh. I'd forgotten that slinkies could get tangled up. I remember having one when I was a kid and it got tangled up and I just could not find a way to... Because they get all interlocked with themselves.
Yeah.
No, the frustrating thing about a slinky for me is like they're always slightly uneven. You can never get them to be like perfectly just so. Like, there's always a bit of spring that overlaps at the top, and they're never completely straight. They're always like slightly leaning. It's impossible. As someone who likes things to be like in their place, or like just I like things to be.
As someone who likes things to be in their place is
Well,
like the softest dictator quote ever.
No, that's not what I mean. I
Be
mean,
in
like,
your place.
I mean, like, a mug would drive me crazy. If a mug had a slight slope to it, it would drive me bonkers. But they don't. They're like perfectly up and down cylinders, but you can never get a slinky to do that.
No.
They can never be perfect. And it's frustrating to me.
Unless you like tapered the end, you could.
Tapered
But then
the end.
it would be sharp.
I don't know what you mean.
Well, a slinky has a rectangle, has a thickness to it all the way along the spring, right?
Yeah.
But if the end wasn't square, it was tapered. Then as it came up to it, it would be, but it would be sharp.
Oh,
Yeah, it would
that
be a
would be
sharp-ended.
so satisfying.
It would be a sharp-ended slinky.
Oh, Mike, I would be so satisfied though. Oh, that'd be great.
You'd get cut.
Everyone's like, the imperfections are what make it perfect. To you, maybe. To me, a slinky is just unfulfilled potential. Snakes are very weird exoskeleton. I've never animated a snake before. So I completely get you. They seem like they'd be very odd to animate.
They move by like moving the coil out to the left to push to the right. They zigzag.
Yeah.
Some hot discourse on stream today.
I know, right?
Slinkies, man.
Unpopular opinions.
Nature's snakes.
Nature snakes are those little things you can get where they're like little worms and you attach it on a string to your button and then it goes over your hand. A little fuzzy.
Okay, 1, I have no idea what you're talking about. 2, nature snakes are snakes.
Ah, Whales, nature's snakes. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? What might be nice here is to have the boot do a little shake as they go into it. Like, the boot starts like bulging all over the place because the snake has gone inside it and is wiggling around. So the boot's like, what?
The opposite of fireflies is
It's waterfalls. So give it a bit of like a, oh, there's a snake inside me. Have it shuffle around a bit. Oh, look, you got it like doing a little bounce. I think it would be more convincing if you distorted the shape a bit more rather than just transforming it. Give it some squash and stretch. I'm gonna write squash and stretch that boot. Squash and stretch. You know what I mean. Yeah, worm on a string! Worm on a string! Worm on a string!
What?
Do you know what I mean?
No.
I'm sorry, Mike. We need an intermission. I'm sorry, guys. I need to show Mike what a worm on a string is.
India's never watched Karate Kid.
You can't turn this on me. Worm on a string is more of a staple to a childhood than Karate Kid is.
She doesn't know who Mr. Miyagi is. I need to fix this.
Are you ready, Mike?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Worm on a string. Worm on a string. Worm on a string.
Okay. Whoa.
There you go. It's a worm on a string. You never had one of these when you were a kid?
What the fuck? How does it know how to move?
Oh, Mike, you're adorable.
Is he pulling a string?
There's a tiny little transparent string and you attach it, generally you attach it to the front button of your shirt. And then as you move your hands, it'll go in between your fingers and stuff and look like it's alive. And it's a worm on a string.
Oh.
Can't believe you've never had one of these.
So, is it attached to its face?
Yeah, it's attached to
Right.
its nose.
Oh, I get it now.
I feel like you would love one of these. Worm on a string. Worm on a string.
It's called a squirmless.
Well, I mean, that's what this brand has decided to call it.
Okay.
I don't know whether it's actually what it's called. But nostalgic toys, very clever.
I would never have guessed the whole. It's attached to your like torso.
I should have just got one and then shown it to you and have you be like, "What?"
Yeah.
Barbara's like, the original. Apparently, it's the original. So I guess maybe they are called squirmels. I always just call them worm on a string.
Everyone else called them worm on a string, I guess.
Oh, I'm sorry, Kimitron. I destroyed the magic for you.
Yeah, how dare you? How dare you introduce worm on a string and then destroy worm on the string in the same
I'm
breath?
sorry. I love it, though. It still feels alive. Mimi Small Girl says in our country it's called wacky. It's just called wacky. It's good to know that worm on a string is universal, though. It's everywhere. It's very cute. I really like this movement you have at the end, too. Let me just have a look. Yeah, you can give it a few more frames just to settle into this pose. Because we feel like we're starting an arc here. You can see the movement does this like nice little semicircle here. And it feels like it just needs to settle up a little bit more into this. You know? Just give it a few more frames to settle. Give it a few more frames to settle into end position. I've put too many eyes in position. There you go. Let's see, and if at this point here it's meant to be stuck, then I'd say have the boot react too. If it's like struggling to get out and it can't quite, then as you have the snake squash up and down, have the boot also squash up and down so it feels like it's reacting to the snake.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe the snake is like shuffling its butt into the correct position so that it can get an anchor point in order to push up.
Yeah.
Because I don't think it's like trying to squeeze its way back out through the top opening. I think it's trying to squeeze its way past itself.
Okay, fair enough. In that case, yeah, having a bit of movement in the bottom of the boot to show that it's like shuffling its coils around in there.
Yeah.
I think will go a long way. And then I like this smear frame. And yeah, this arc is nice. Nice movement arc. Yeah. So I think in general the notes are just watch the consistency, watch your initial setup, and check out videos of snakes moving, taking off. You know, what might actually help, it would make it harder to draw, but what might help is if you had some kind of markings along this snake. Like if you gave it, say, like 3 stripes, one just before the tail, one just below the head, and one in the middle, then it might make it a little bit easier for you to track, and it would also give you like a natural contour line.
Yeah. I mean, you could also have like a dividing line between the belly and the back.
Yeah, that's true. So, like, either having something like this puts it in wrong place. Or having, or both, but probably you don't want to give yourself too much extra to draw for no reason. Having something like this that forces you to think about like the contours and whereabouts the coils are and where they're traveling to.
Yeah.
So surface details. Might help you keep track of form. There we go. Nice job, Exoskeleton. Thanks very much for taking part.
Thank you.
There's a snake in my boot.
Nice. Who's up next?
Kimmy!
Oh, the Pikachu.
Kimmy! It's a Pikachu and a hat. What will happen next? Let's find out.
Who's that Pokemon?
It's Pikachu!
Clefairy.
God damn it! Okay, let's just hit play. Oh no, it's adorable. I like that it notices the hat. It's like, oh, a hat. Just sitting here for me.
Nice.
But it's really cute. Kimmy, that's really cute.
Kimmy says, I don't typically animate animals, so I familiarized myself with some of the posing and the run. Sorry. I don't typically animate animals, so I familiarized myself with some of the posing and the run in part of the animation. I feel like I struggled a lot with animating contact with the hat and to make it look like it's really on the head. That's what Kimmy says.
Interesting. I'm just sipping my tea. Sorry. Also, Kimmy, this is a great grid. It feels like everything in the scene is like in the scene and solid. Like everything feels like it's convincingly on the grid. So nice job. Let's see. I'm just gonna go through it frame by frame. We'll see. I like how it lands on its butt first. Yeah. Hello, Pikachu. What's that in front of you? It's a hat.
He must say yes. Make him say yes.
His little padding forward. So cute.
Shuffle, shuffle back.
Shuffle, shuffle. Right, it's nice how you have the hat reacting here with the squash of it being pushed down.
Yeah.
As Pikachu grabs. Oh, the grail of hats.
Do, do, do.
Why are you turning Pikachu into Darth Vader?
Because this is what you just did. Oh, the Grail of Hats. You're totally... Yeah.
I like the ears flattening down with the hat going on top. That's really cute. Yeah! You get that hat. Pikachu here just doesn't look like they're enjoying the hat at all.
But that's because it's contrast with what happens next.
Yeah, here we go. Oh, that's really nice. Look at that squash and stretch there. That's a lovely pose. In the air there with the hat half off.
A blooping noise.
Oh no, what?
We're not hearing blooping noises.
Nice. Alright, let's see if I can find some places where I can push this. Really nice work overall, Kimmy. Very much enjoying this. Bop, 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 bop. So I think the initial arc that you have coming in can be adjusted a little bit to make Pikachu feel like it's less of a slide in. Because looking at this position, I expect the arc to do this. Like following the line through Pikachu's body. But then the second one, the second pose, is more like that. So I think you could just either adjust the first pose or the second pose. Probably I'd adjust the second one just to give Pikachu a little bit more height. What is this song, Mike?
Sven Carlson featuring Div TV, A Forbidden Smile. Why?
I was just wondering. So probably I'd just adjust it to be more like this. And I'm sorry that I'm going to draw Pikachu as a loaf for this entire thing.
That's okay.
He must say yes. Make him say yes.
I really like that you chose this initial design of Pikachu, where Pikachu's like a complete butterball. Who was that who followed, Mike? I think I missed them.
Jaffy Hig. Thank you for the follow.
Thank you very much.
There was also Just Saxo. Also, thank you for the follow. Lofachu.
He must say yes. Make him say yes.
And OKCL. Thank you for the follow. Welcome in.
Thank you very much. Welcome. We're looking at Kimmy's animation of a Pikachu. It's a Pikachu!
Pikachu! I hate fighting Pichu in Smash.
Because they kick your ass.
It's so fast.
They kick your ass. You think they're fast, you should see Sonic. Have you fought many Sonics?
A fair few, yeah.
Are they easy to fight?
They tend to use his kind of like homing attack a lot. And the thing with the homing attack is that they telegraph that coming. So I tend to just stand still and then block. And then they hit you and then you deflect them and then you smash them.
So yeah, then.
But if you don't know to do that, they can completely overwhelm you.
I mean, not everybody has a shield.
Oh, everybody has it.
Everyone has a block.
Yeah. I don't think Link does have a shield, so sometimes you can deflect projectiles, but
That's so cool.
it saves my ass all the time.
I'm just trying to get this right. Oh, excuse me while I sketch and erase and sketch and erase and sketch and erase.
I think what you need to put on a little bit is the nose. I think if you put the nose, you can sort of see where the arc would be.
Maybe. I'm just at the minute just focusing on the body, getting the sizing right. that I can pop the nose on too. But I'm going to get the body right first, because otherwise I'll put the nose onto the wrong body. Okay, we good. We Gucci. So, one thing I noticed too is like in the middle here, it feels like Pikachu is getting a bit big compared to the frame to either side of it.
Oh. I was gonna say like your little loaf looks a little small, but you're right.
I am also compressing it a little bit just because I'm like, it's at the top of its arc, so probably it would be a little bit compressed. But also yeah, the Pikachu in the middle here feels a little large compared to the Pikachu either side of it. By which I mean the previous and following frames, because there aren't actually 3 Pikachu. I don't know why I'm saying it like that. But yeah, this will give it a little bit more of an arc.
Animations die every time they go between frames, and then they're reborn.
Oh gosh, don't say that.
24 deaths per second.
It's the cycle of life. Let me just have a look at that land. Okay. So since we're coming up here, I think you could bring the head down a little bit here so it goes up in an arc. Because we have it going down, up, 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 up. And I think we could have it going down, up, 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 and make it one smooth movement. So to do that, I think you just need to lower this face down a little bit. Even a little bit more, since that's where its face is on the next frame.
A friend of yours made a film, a really sad little film about how animated puppets are actors, but for only one performance.
Don't, that's too sad. Oh. Forbidden. I can't take it, my heart. You guys, I had to board an intense sequence and I cried.
You cried?
Yeah, I did.
I didn't see you cry.
Good. I didn't want you to see me cry.
Oh.
I cried though. Boarding really takes out of you. I'm a sensitive soul, though I seem thick-skinned. And it hurt. And my friends never stood downwind.
Good job on that sequence though, India.
Thank you. I was working from someone else's thumbs and they effing nailed it, so. But it still was emotionally affecting. So yeah, I like my fluff. I'm too sensitive to sad things. There you. I'm just tracing the head so I can check that I've got this arc feeling okay. Yeah, so then instead it would be one arc coming up. You see? The magic of animation. I like that little tail bounce. That's cute.
Yeah, it's cute.
And the ear bounce as well is cute. I think you could offset those ears. Offset those ears, Kimmy. Do it. Keep that one down a little bit. It'd be super cute. Keep the ear down. And it. And then that can be traveling up a little bit on this. And then up a little bit more. And then it can settle here. Let me give you a little... Oh. Little bob. I think maybe we can squash this Pikachu out more as well. let's smush this Pikachu into the ground like it's a sack of cement. Get all that butterball body in there. What? Why is looking at me like I got a problem?
Like you're like, I had to board this really intense sequence, so in order to get over that, you're like, let's just fatten and sag this Pikachu.
It's giving me great joy, I'll have you know.
Squish him.
Squish.
Squish him.
Squish.
Squish him.
Mm-hmm.
Squish
Inflate
him.
the Pikachu. Behold! May they rise up like Will Smith.
Pika-chunk.
Pika-chunk. I like it. They should make a cereal called Pika-chunks.
Sounds like dog food.
Maybe it's what Pikachus eat.
Pika-chunks.
Pika-chunks.
This is the breakfast cereal for your Pikachu.
Pika-chungus. Pika-churros.
Pika-churros.
Oh, that'd be really cool. You could have like vanilla flavored ones which are quite like yellow in colour, and then you could dip them in chocolate so that they have like the little tail.
Nice.
Pika-churros. Think about it.
I'm thinking about it.
Think about it.
I want one now.
Pika-churros.
I've thought about it too much.
Bulba sauerkraut.
Are you just creating a Pokemon like
menu?
Would it be Mexican?
Well, I don't know if sauerkraut is Mexican.
Is churros Mexican?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
churros are Mexican. If Rolando was here, he'd be able to tell us. So yeah, make it super fast, so when it stands up, we get that little stretch.
I mean, Palbro's there. He might be able to know.
Palbro, tell
Thanks.
us.
Palbro says, thanks, now I want Pikachuros.
Pikachuros.
I'm trying to combine burrito with...
Burrito.
No.
What are you trying to combine it with?
A Pokemon name.
Alright. Burritoed.
I'm not trying to invent a Pokemon.
Surely there's a Pokemon with Toad at the end of its name.
Would a Poliwhirl just be like ice cream?
Yeah. A Poliwhip.
Poliwhip.
Mr. Poliwhippy. This is too much fun.
I don't know Pokemon names well enough.
Yeah, I only really know the first 150 very well.
If you've
Cute.
ever seen the very first episode of Rugrats, he animated it. Sorry, it was directed by Peter Chung, but that's his style of animation.
Oh, really?
Oh.
I'll have to look at that
I've
after
never
the stream.
seen
I
the
haven't
pilot.
seen it.
Rugrats is a creepy looking show when you think about it.
Oh, yeah. But I kind of loved it as well.
Do, 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 do,
You know, it was a creepy looking show.
What?
Gosh, what was it called? Was it just called The Thornberries?
The Wild Thornberries.
The Wild Thornberries.
Yeah. Eliza!
Eliza! Smashing! Eliza! Anywho.
Yes, that one.
What I just super cute. A little step forward,
Step back.
Step forward, step back. Put it on your head. Okay. It's all nice. Looking at the foot placement and walking forward on the grid looks good as well. All looks good to me. Maybe here. Let me just check this. Outlining the foot. Moving the foot. It feels more like a side step than a step forward because the foot here doesn't actually feel like it's gone forward much on the grid. It feels like it's just gone to the side. So maybe with this foot, you could move it forward a little bit.
Kimmy, is it meant to be a side step or a back step?
Or a forward step. 2 hops this time. 2 hops this time. Slide to the left. Now everybody clap your hands. Clap, 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 clap. Boop.
You guess it's a side step.
I guess it's a... You can't say that! You have to know! This is your movement you're crafting. Give me the answers! You can't just be like, oh well, I guess if it looks like a sidestep, it was meant to be a sidestep. It's cheating! Cheater!
It's whatever you think it is.
Okay.
Death of the artist.
It's a forward step now. Get that hat. It feels a little bit like the hat might shrink between these 2 frames. That's one thing that I noticed on the first watch through, that maybe we could just make it a little bigger. There we go. Got the hat. I'm into it. On the head. And here I think one of the problems I'm seeing with it being on the head is that the hat line is exactly flush here with the line of the head underneath it. And unless Pikachu is like... This is Pikachu.
Ah.
Unless Pikachu is holding it like this. Like over the front, then this top line probably isn't going to be flush with the hat and the head. But if you're doing this instead,
why?
If it's this, then you want this to overlap a little bit more like this. So give it some air.
Why is this hat traumatizing Pikachu?
Pikachu's fine. Yeah, behold my beautiful drawings, everyone. This is why I shouldn't animate a Pikachu. So, just on these drawings here, I'd adjust it to make the hat just a little plusher and bigger. So that we can see the head underneath it. We can also kind of see what the entrance of the hat would look like. Like it's implied that it's sitting on top of Pikachu's head rather than just in front of it.
Nice. And that's one of the things that Kimmy wrote that she felt like she struggled with. So
yeah.
You applied notes that they were looking for.
For once.
Good job.
I did it.
Good job.
Yeah, I think the problem was just that you were keeping the top hat line flush with the head. Oh my gosh, I screwed up the top of this hat. Whereas you want to give it like a little bit of space to sit on top of there. Okay, you will animate it better than I did. But you know what I mean. You know what the note is, so please ignore the fact that the hat is jumping all over the place right now. and kimmy it up, make it good. I'll just make sure you give Hat some air. I'll make sure my notes on there in case you come back to it in a week or so. Not a flush. With top of head.
Don't flush the hat.
Don't flush the hat.
Toilet animation.
There we go. And then that means I have to make the hat bigger here. Sorry, I've destroyed your hat. But apply forward so I don't have to draw every hat. Pikachu expression sends me, I love it. I think the thing that you could look at now, at the rest of this animation, is just making sure you're not twinning too much. Because at the minute everything's moving much at the same rate. So if you can, just like throw one of the limbs off. You know, maybe this little paw is taking a little bit longer to get down than the other. Just so that there's like some texture to the movement. Those ears are a great opportunity as well to do that, to offset them. And then we get to squash. I think you could push this squash more. Pikachu's such a sack. We can squish him.
I don't feel like you need to draw this one because you showed it earlier.
You're fighting a losing battle, Michael.
Alright.
It's like really squish the Pikachu down. Wish. Wishy fist. Oh, wish. Oh, I didn't do it yet. Yeah. And then really nice stretch here. I'm loving it. I have to pay McDonald's like €5 now.
I hope not.
This is like such a lovely pose. I love this pose. It's like so appealing. Like you have this lovely straight and then you have this lovely curve and then the feet are offset. One of them's kicking up and the hands are offset too. One of them's kind of pushing slightly backwards and one of them's come forward. And then the ears are also like at an angle and then you have the hat flying off the head slightly. It's gorgeous. I think you should spend more time in this pose because it's so nice.
Stop it!
What?
Why would you delete those arrows?
Because I don't want Kimi to come back to it and think that I'm like giving her notes on how to improve the pose rather than just geeking out about how nice the pose is.
But okay, but it would be next to love pose.
Yeah. Well, I do love the pose.
It's
only on screen for 2 frames.
How about this? Right? If you're making like good notes, put them in green so people are like, they're good notes. And then red for things where you're like corrections. I would love to just see you hold this pose a little bit more. Just keep like everything traveling upwards. Maybe compress the chew a little bit and get that foot ready for landing. Just because it's only on there for 2 frames and I'd love Chew to have like a little bit of hang time in the air and just to spend more time in this pose because it's so nice. Spend a few more frames in this pose. First. I'll try. And then here when we land, let's have them land 1 foot first. Again, just looking to find things to offset.
offset feet. And then do the big squish. The big squish! I just want to squish this. I'm just taking an opportunity to squish the Pikachu. I'm sorry. That's all I'm doing. And then, yeah! And then just look to give the cell here a little bit of nuance. Just through, again, like maybe just delay one of the ears. I delayed it too much, but let me delete those notes and I'll just write to delay the ear. Delay ear, add a bit of texture. By offsetting. Pika parts. Pika parts. Yeah, lovely work, Kimmy. This is so cute.
Yeah.
It's adorable.
Awesome
I love
work.
it. Yeah. Oh, the Pikachu. Oh, the Pikachu. Awesome stuff. Super cute.
Technically not an animal though, so disqualified.
What? A Pikachu is an animal? It's a Pokemon! It's a pocket animal. Alright, upwards and onwards, my friend.
Jeff King.
Jeff King. What a king. Let's have a look. It's a mystery. It's only a blank screen. What could it be?
I only had time for a rough first. I tried to get some strong silhouettes, but it got fiddly as he pulls the scarf through. I think I should cheat around that part to simplify it, says Jeff.
Okay, let's have a look. Oh my gosh, this is cute. Oh! The face at the end. They're so pleased with themselves.
This is awesome.
Oh, this is awesome. So much character in this. Lovely. Nice consistency, good volume control. Nice timing as well. I appreciate you probably ran out of time at the end. I'd love to see those whiskers like settle a little bit more softly. There's some really nice nuance in here though. Did you take reference of this or look at reference? I feel like you did.
Say yes. Make him say yes.
No grid alert, no grid, no grid. It would be nice to see a grid. I mean, admittedly the floor plane is off here, but it doesn't mean we wouldn't necessarily have a horizon line or something. Even just a 1 point perspective of like, it's behind this character and this is what it is, and this is the default that I always go to, is the 1 point perspective. You know, just something to indicate the space. Indicate the space. Wow, look at that derpy grid.
It's great. I love it. Look at that's amazing.
Excuse my derpy grid. But think about indicating the space. Think of it. Indicating the space.
Righteous Bison says, haha, yes, I did. Righteous Bison,
Oh.
are you Jeff?
Nice.
Or are you not?
Where is Jeff?
Yes.
Awesome. Nice job, dude. Why did I put this note at -3 frames?
I don't know.
So let's look through frame by frame. I have them come in. The great thing about having like a weasel or a stoat or a ferret or some other weasel-like creature is the body is so long, it makes stretch frames really fun. We whip that scarf up. Nice. I'm just scrubbing back and forth and checking out the movement of everything.
I like the use of the waistcoat for the center line so that we get that, really feel that turn in the body.
Yeah.
That's
Agreed.
A nice shorthand.
Yeah, the shorthand of this character is nice and natural. Feels good. And it feels good. Bow, bow. Bow, bow. It does feel like the center line here needs to be like a little bit more like this. Just to fit with the next frame as well. Whoop, 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 whoop. I really like the spacing here, where they toss it over the head. Very clear, works super nice, good strong shapes. Like, I love that squash and stretch we're getting. You know, there's like a stretch here, and then a squash, and then another stretch at the end when they pull it taut.
Nice.
And this like little movement here, these are the things that you get from reference that I really like. Like this part where they just like shimmy it over their neck a little bit. They pull the ends and just like scrub it along the back of their neck. You wouldn't get that if you didn't reference. But those little movements bring it to life. Nice little arc on the hand we got going on. And then we toss that over there. And pull it through. I'm learning how to tie a scarf by watching this. Makes sense.
He's so happy.
So happy. Oh, I love his little face. Nice. Does it have a little bounce at the end? I feel like you could give it a little bit of a bounce at the end. It should be really nice. Like, it's pulled down his neck, and his neck has all this fur and like little bits of fat on it. So when he lets go, you could have it. Let me put on tracing here. You could have it. I'm just checking that I'm not missing frames here. There we go. Just like... bounce up a little bit.
He must say yes. Make him say yes.
Thanks for the follow, Righteous Bison. Or Jeff, thank you.
Thanks very much. And then this would start going down. As that end continues to go up.
Ah, alrighty. Just checking out Jeff's Vimeo. They've got animation showreels from things like Song of the Sea, Isle of Dogs, and The Breadwinner.
Awesome! Are you a cartoon salooner? Are you a salooner? Do you know Kimmy? Fair Kimmy. Among other people.
Kimmy's like, Salooners in the house.
The Salooners are here! Everybody run! They'll steal all your pencils! And then we can go up a tiny bit. I don't know where I'm giving it too much bounce here. We'll see, I guess. We'll see if I've gone overboard.
Doodle Crow says, I can't believe you didn't do a bison, Jeff. What item of clothing would a bison wear?
I'd love to see a bison trying to put on a suit jacket. Formal bison! It is I! In the house!
I mean, the last commission I was ever asked to do was to draw a bear in a tuxedo. Tiny ballet shoes.
Oh my gosh. A bison ballerina. I've shortened your scarf a bit, I'm very sorry. What a fool I was! Every single time I hear One More Day, I get the phrase from Jumanji in my head.
What phrase?
A game for those who seek to find a way to leave their world behind. Jumanji! A game for those who seek to find a way to leave their world behind. Jumanji! Help
That's
me.
amazing! That's amazing! I want the whole of Les
That's all I
Miserables
got.
to be rewritten as if they're playing Jumanji.
Jumanji!
What year? What year? What year is it now? I'm not very good at this.
Let's see. Oh, that might be nice. Like, you get a little bounce. I didn't animate it super well, but you can animate it better. So, yeah.
Your turn.
A little bounce. And I'd love to see like a slightly softer settle on the whiskers, which I'm sure you would do if you had like a bit of extra time.
Very cool work, dude.
Super cool. Maybe give it a little bounce. I honestly can't see why you cheated the scarf. Which I suppose means that you cheated it extremely well.
It feels like it gets a little longer when it gets pulled through, but I think it's forgivable and appealing, so.
Oh, I didn't notice that. I was looking for a way that they were cheating tying it.
Oh.
Soften, whisker, settle. Whisker, settle.
They were saying I tried to get strong silhouettes, but it got fiddly as he pulls the scarf through. So
Oh.
maybe it's not so much the scarf,
It's
but
not
like,
scarf, it's a silhouette. Gotcha.
yeah.
Yeah, because the arms are like quite short and they're having to overlap the body a lot. It helps that you're like throwing things. You could exaggerate the throw. Since it detaches from his paw here, you could have it detach it a little sooner, which would allow you to hoi it over.
Break that silhouette some more.
That's animation principle number 4, Jumanji. I guess you could go with something like that. And you could get a little arc into that other arm as well. If you pushed it out to the side a little bit.
He must say yes. Make him say yes.
So you have up this, then this, then this.
Sometimes I feel like people have Twitch usernames just to get the streamer to read out their name.
Yeah?
That was Sweaty Gooch.
Sweaty Gooch! Thank you, it's great to have a Sweaty Gooch in the stream. It's what I always say.
Yeah, every stream you said that every time.
Yeah. So it's my catchphrase, you could say.
Just say what you see.
Yeah, a little arc. Watch hand arc.
This is purely just my username, but it's great hearing it too.
Sweaty Gooch! Thank you for being here. Yeah, I see. You're trying to get that elbow out there, aren't you? You're trying to get the elbow out there, aren't you? But there's not enough arm. I wonder what you could do. Maybe you could twist that shoulder across more. And then do it that way. By like having the body overlap like that. Potentially. I don't know if it makes it clearer. Luckily you've got all these nice little bits of negative space in here.
That's true.
Yeah.
I think it's reading fine.
Yeah. You could pull this out a little bit more. Tauten it. I say making the hand way too small.
Yeah, you can have a nice little arc as he pulls it out like this.
Yeah. Mikey's doing an underarm arc. Just to give yourself a little bit more space here.
So what you're seeing here is India's giving some feedback and notes on Jeff King's animation. We've been doing this thing called Morning Challenge. It's a weekly thing where India gives people a theme. And then each week we spend a stream or a couple of streams just trying to help people push their animations. This one is particularly really nice one.
Yeah, there's not many notes I can give on this. Like, I think it's just really nice and appealing immediately. Yeah, beautiful work. God, that expression at the end gets me every time. So wholesome.
Yeah.
I just want to give his little head a scrumple. His little cheeks, rubbing, stroking his pats. Give affection to the weasel. You'll try and incorporate a bison into the next one. Yeah, also, no matter what the Anna Morning Challenge is, a bison will appear. Yeah, I wish I could give you more feedback, dude. But the limit of my expertise has been reached. I guess you could swoop this in from slightly more this angle since we're going to be doing this kind of thing. That's it. Like, just pushing the arcs a little bit, I guess, is what I would advise. If I could call out one thing. Everything else, like, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Oh. Oh, oh. So, like, his expression at the end is just wonderful. But yeah, I'd love to see you take this further if you are able to. If you have the time.
I thoroughly enjoy both that animation and your sound effects to go along with it. Oh, so good.
Try pushing arcs a little bit. which is probably something you could do during tie down since it's such a small note.
It's really cool to see your thinking and how you would rough the motion as well.
Yeah. Nice shorthand. Oh, got another Saluna. Look at this. It's a flourishing quirk.
It's a witch dog.
It's a witch dog. Oh my gosh. That's cute. Look at the hat, the witch hat, and the... Oh! This is going to be great. Should we call this the last one for today?
It's up to you.
And then finish it off tomorrow?
It's up to you. I think you're on 5 of 8 at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm good to go for forever long or whatever. It's up to you.
Well, I mean, we both have work today, so I'm asking you.
Do this one because you've just shown it and Bryony's all.
Oh, I'm going to either way.
Oh,
I'm just
right.
asking you whether this should be the last one for today.
Sure.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay. He has impenetrable expressions. I can never tell what he's thinking.
I mean, I would rather that we got through all of them today and then that freed up tomorrow and Friday for working on tunnels. But
But it is 10:30 and it's very hot and we have work to get to.
yeah, so let's make this one the last one.
Okay. Nice floor plane. Let me watch it first before I start. Oh, that jump at the end, Brian, is so nice. I love that Dog initially fails to get a hat on. Dog does best. The end pose is so appealing. Gosh. I can totally see Bryony working like key posing. Let's have a look at our doggo frame by frame.
Great job, Bryony.
Yeah, lovely work. He nuzzle his little nose under the hat. Oh, it's cute.
A good example of like drawing through so that you can plan out what is affecting what. That's good. It's good stuff.
It is good stuff. I agree. What with the grid and the floor plane and such, I kind of feel like we could push the dog's foot positions a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
So like maybe here, we could have it more like I drew bad. I feel like this back foot could be pushed. That's my feeling.
I think you could probably push the forearm that's in front of the hat down a little and then maybe overlap it with the brim of the hat.
Down as in like that?
Yeah.
Because that wouldn't overlap the brim of the hat. So I'm just checking I know what you mean. Or do you mean forward?
Both.
Okay, one sec. Let me... Do you mean...
Yeah.
Like this?
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like I'm making the forearm a bit too long on the dog now.
Yeah.
To try and push that forward. But I can see us pushing it like this. Just slightly out.
Yeah.
A game for those who seek to find a way to leave their world behind, Jumanji. So yeah, looking at grid.
One more turn. Another roll, another destiny.
Is flourishing quirk in chat?
Yeah.
Oh!
Doodle Carls.
Yeah. Let's see. Looking at grid, you could push, persp on legs. And I guess that would mean the hips were a little bit more like that, and probably the tail would be a little bit more like that. It would mean you'd have to like change the foot placement. Here is a step. So maybe I'll bring it slightly closer to where it was before. More like that. And then they get in their snoot underneath the hat. It's so cute. I feel like to flip the hat up, they might need to get the head even more under there. So maybe like... I can't draw dogs, by the way. This is when you're about to discover this.
Just draw Pikachu instead.
I can't draw Pikachu either. You saw my Pikachus. You laughed at them. How could you?
That's because they look like turtles.
They did not look like turtles.
They did look like turtles.
Oh! Well, maybe Pikachu should look like a turtle. Have a think of that. I'm gonna angle the snoot down a little bit more even. And then you can like push this head position to like really invert it. Invert that curve, yo. Damn, dog goddamn curves. That's what I say whenever I see a dog do a cool arc of movement. And then the dog owners look at me like I'm weird.
You turned it into a shark.
I did. And don't forget the gills. Don't forget your dog's gills, okay? But yeah, I think you could push that. The general shape of the head, like just following the arc of the body and really like getting that pose up. In fact, I want to push the back more into more of a curve. We just get rid of the shark because it's disturbing me. Yeah.
The Great White Labrador.
And then it can settle back into this maybe afterwards. And since we start moving backwards here a little bit, I think this curve, you could look to, sorry, this arc, you could bring the dog's head a little bit more to here. So it doesn't feel like it's going straight down and maybe a little bit forward before picking backwards. What is it?
I'm just anticipating it trying to catch the hat and laughing.
So mean. How could you? So, I'm looking for this kind of thing. And then you'd settle that back just a little bit. Oh no! I did it on the wrong frame. I hate when I do that by accident. Oh. No, I did it again! Woe is me.
You're terrible at this.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, my heart is sad.
Oh.
I'm trying my best. I'm hungry.
Have you eaten yet?
Have I? No.
Oh my gosh.
What do you mean? Oh my gosh, it's like, it was 8 in the morning or something when we started.
I know, but you were hungry
Last night.
Last night, yeah.
I was. Yeah, I get a thing for the anticipation of them, like, they're getting ready to go under the hat. They're gonna go for it. Like, we could really, like, get the chest ready to go, and this dog is fucking ready to go, man. It's getting ready. I'm gonna get it. Like pushing itself back on its hind legs in preparation to be like, I'm gonna go whoop.
Would the tail maybe go up or something in anticipation? Do dogs do that when they're like...
Yeah, it would push, it would brace against the ground. And then, not that dogs really use their tails to brace, but like, dogs' tails are like pretty stiff. They're not like cat tails. Well, some of them are actually. This dog might not be the kind with the tough tail. That's the only kind that I've ever petted. I've never pet a dog with a floofy tail.
What if it wasn't their tail, India?
What are you talking about?
I'm just trying to freak you out.
Michael, what are you talking about? What the heck? Go away. Michael knows that dog penises really freak me out. I don't want to talk about them, think about them.
I didn't say anything.
Yes, you did! Of course you did! I don't know how else I'm meant to interpret that. Please enlighten me.
No, I've been punished. Get up and get out. No!
Thank you, guys. I That's what you get.
Oh, no. I don't know.
15 push-ups all at once in this hot room. Go for it.
I don't know if I can do 15.
I love the back pose of these legs here. It's super cute. And now we get to my favorite part, which is the dog. Doggo just like, he's just trying so hard. Oh, that's so cute. I can see the cheat in here as they go around the corner. I kind of feel like, what can we do? I feel like maybe they should be a little further in the distance here. Like the turn that they're taking is like a bit too tight as to where they were.
We're not here to fight. We need your help.
Even though literally every time we talk to you, you double-cross us, kidnap us, or threaten to destroy everything we love.
Maybe we are here for a fight.
Guys!
Hey, thank you so much for the raid. Mamaru. Mamaru. I can never say your name properly. Thank you. Much appreciated.
Did it.
Got you cheat. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Bridie.
You're here to fight.
Damn it, they are here to fight. Maybe we are here for a fight.
Oh,
I
my
feel like
arms.
this could be maybe a little bit more three quarters rather than snapping straight to the side. Push that head into the distance a little bit more. Get that foot on the floor. Everybody do the dinosaur. Jumanji.
What was the cheat?
I think the cheat was not moving the dog in perspective properly, like kind of pinging to the side.
Ah.
But also I think the side was slightly too close to Cam. It felt like the turn was a little bit too tight. So
He must say yes.
when we get
Make him
this
say yes.
and then we ping to the side, it feels like the side here, the foot should be more like here. And I'd move the entire being of the dog. Move the entire pooch. Up. And if you can shrink them down a little bit without TV paint destroying your drawings, then I think that would work. Just make the turn feel a little bit less tight. I think you might be able to get away with just adjusting that one drawing, you know? Just like this. And yeah, the feet are a bit slidey, which we can totally fix. But I appreciate that. That's that's a tough thing to do, you know? It's fixable, but getting feet consistent on a perspective plane is tough.
Mm.
I'm just trying to get the foot in the same place. Even I can't get the foot in the same place in this ding-dang program. There we go, that's a bit better.
I was about to make fun of you, but I think my arms
Why
couldn't
would you
take
make
it.
fun of me?
Nothing.
Because are you scared now that if you make fun of me, you're going to get a press up?
A little bit.
Pretty funny. You've instilled him with fear. Oh yeah, Mamoru, how was your stream, by the way?
Hello. What were you up to?
So, let me just make a little note here. Feels like Pooch is a little close to Cam.
You were animating. Cool.
What were you animating? Turn was a little tight. So I'd move them more along. Let me actually get a different colour so it's really clear what I'm saying. I'd move them more along this line than what you currently have, which is more like this line. Just like push them a little bit further from the cam. And then I love this movement, it's so fun. It's so cute. Look at that lovely offset in Bryony's posing with the front legs.
Mm.
So nice. They fly! Look at a happy dog face inside the hat. Yeah, I think this is all really nice. I don't know if I would adjust much of this posing at all.
No, it's good.
You could bring the leg in a little bit in the back, just here. With this tiny note. Tiniest of notes. Yeah, I think that's really nice.
What was that ghost notification and why does it...
I love that the hat follows the pooch down, and then the pooch coming back up is what gets the hat. And then I think if you wanted to finish it off, just have that brim do a little something, you know, because this would be like pretty much a drag frame for the brim, right? So when you get to here, you could push that up a little bit. Even though I really like this end pose is so cute with it over one eye. So you could push it up and then settle it back down again, I guess. Because I do just want to see a little bit of floppiness in that brim. But also I really like this end pose that you have with your doggo.
What is it with Salooners ending their animations on cute faces?
They know about them keys, man.
Mm-hmm.
A nice reuse as well, Bryony and the key from the beginning to the end. Get that appealing pose going on. Yeah, just like adding the little bit of detail on those extra movements, like, you know, having the pendant do a little jingle jangle or having the hat brim floop, I think would really push the animation, make it feel really satisfying at the end there. Just finish it off with some nice settles.
Yeah.
Yeah, you ran out of time with it. I appreciate that completely. You've done like an incredible amount of work for what the implied time limit is. Amazing stuff, Bryony, and like really fun body language on the dog too. Like nice attention to detail and having the dog like Just mowing along the floor with its face in the hat, which is totally a thing that a doggo would do.
What would do?
A doggo.
What you almost said doigo.
I didn't mean to if I did. But I think you can definitely tell that Bryony's familiar with animals. And their body language. It was probably over 3 hours if you got stuck at some point. That's totally fair. I mean, I would assume this was over 3 hours worth of work because of the sheer amount of work that's in there. You're so not. I'd think you are from this. That's super interesting. I'd be like, oh, Bryony must live with like 17 dogs. Kevin sent you some Gabo ref. Oh, that's so cute. For those who don't know, our pal Kevin has a dog called Goblin, and it's the cutest little fluff ball in the entire world.
It really
It's
is.
so cute.
You know when people get pets that just fit who they are as people?
Yes.
Goblin is
Yeah.
completely a Kevin and Kawa dog.
It really is, yeah. Goblin is king. The Goblin King. Kimmy appreciates the little butthole. Yeah, get the Patoli. There it is. On full and proud display.
Punctures. I have 4 cats, a dog, and 3 rabbits, yet I animated a snake.
Well done for challenging yourself. But yeah, I'm gonna do the rest tomorrow, I think, just so that I have time. Since it's nearly 11 o'clock now, I want to go and like have a shower, get some food, and get into work. Because there's a lot to do. There's a lot to do in the music video that we're currently working on.
Yep.
So we gotta get on that. Bryony, you're so welcome. Thank you so much for taking part in the Animaling Challenge and gracing my eyeballs with this cute puppers. Awesome job. You guys are all like so cool. I love all these animations. Thank you for taking part, and I hope that the notes are useful. And if nothing else, I hope you just enjoy seeing everyone else's work as well.
Do you want to mention what we were thinking about the next
Animaling Challenge?
Yeah.
I do. Mike mentioned that because we had to take a couple of days at the beginning of this week to do other work, which meant that the streams got pushed till today, that maybe we could do like a hiatus week, take a week off, and everybody just rest, and then hit again the week after, so that we don't end up only giving you guys like 4 days to do it.
Yeah.
So everybody, like, give yourselves big pats on the back for doing, like, I know you all haven't submitted every single week, but it's been a fair while of us doing weekly Animornings now, like the Animorning challenges.
Yeah.
And you guys keep, like, coming in and delivering, which is amazing.
I mean, if we look at the sync sketch, there is...
it's got to be like 15, 16 weeks, right?
Yeah, something like that. So...
But you guys deserve to give yourselves a pat on the back and have a relax, have a good week, play some computer games, watch some stuff. Just do some personal projects. Have fun.
30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80.
Mike's counting under his breath.
I think there's like 21 to 22 challenges.
How many weeks is that? 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. It's like...
22 weeks.
Yeah. Well, 22 weeks is like... I'm trying to figure out how many months.
Oh!
It's like 5 months worth. 4 or 5 months worth.
Yeah, something like that. Something like that.
So, almost half a year of Animorning challenges, guys.
Let's see.
So, we're going to raid somebody.
Yeah.
Who we going to raid? Who we going to send y'all to?
Let's check them out.
Yeah, plus the ones we made before getting into Think Sketch. I'd forgotten that we didn't use Think Sketch from the start. Oh, Mamoru, thank you so much for continuing the gift sub.
Oh, thank you.
We had a skip week, so it's 1 week longer. Fair enough.
Yeah, I'm not sure we've rated. I've got someone on our followed list called Maya Insane. They're doing some pixel art for pixelplush.dev. I think I'm going to raid them because I don't think we've raided them before.
Let's do it then.
So, yeah, thank you so much for coming by.
Yeah, the whole pose of the dogs, but this is a deliberate choice, Bryony.
Nice.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure as well, Abimation. Thank you everybody for being here. We really appreciate it. And we'll finish these off tomorrow. And then if we finish them off within an hour and a half to 2 hours, then I might get to do some turtles as well.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Initiating the raid, starting the outro screen. Thank you so much for coming by, and may the rest
Of your day
refill
with so much
Speed Racer adventure.
Everybody have a great day.
It ruined it.
I made it better. I made like a race car.
Wait.
Va-va-voom. Va-va-voom.
But yeah, we're gonna head off. Thank you so much for coming by, and may
The rest
of your day
be filled. Adventure.
Take care, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Jumanji.